I'm driving back to Belgium from Normandy, and I've taken a last minute decision to make a detour and head to a coastal town called Etretat. It's fairly well known for its cliffs and dramatic seascapes. It's somewhere that's been photographed a lot, but I've never been there. I spent a lot of time in Normandy because I have family there, but I've never been to Etretat, so I'm quite excited to go. I should get there for about noon. I can't really choose the time of the day that I'm going to be there at, and it's the end of July and high season, so I'm expecting a lot of people. It's quite cloudy, overcast. We've had a little bit of drizzly rain, but the light's overall quite good, and I'm excited to see what I can get. I think there'll probably be at least a couple of photographs, and I've not done any planning, not done any research. I have no idea whether it's high tide or low tide. Don't know what the access will look like. So it's a bit of an adventure, but I'm hoping I can get something from it. It's quite a cloudy day, but it's looking pretty good. And I've just come down to the beach. I'm just having a bit of an explore. There's a lot of gulls on the beach, so I've actually got the long lens out and taking a couple of long shots, which is pretty cool. And I'm just about to head over to the main cliff there. And once I've got an image there, I've got another walk. I'll take you all the way around here. I've got another walk over there. So I've come down to the shoreline. Got my arch there in my composition, so I'm pretty happy with that. And as this was a last minute decision, I'm really quite lucky because the tide's out, so I've been able to come right to the shoreline here. There's actually some natural, just got to watch my footing here, natural rock all along here, right up to some of the cliffs. And yeah, a lot of the images I've seen online have actually been from over that cliff, big panoramas. So I'm actually really pleased that I can get this image here, coming right down. I've got it in portrait orientation. Let's have a look, and I've got a polariser on just to reduce the glare on the water, and a little stopper, so I'm at about 1 second shutter speed just to give some movement on those waves crashing on the rocks, and I've got a soft grad just to take the edge off some of the highlights on the clouds. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll get a good photo from that. So that was fairly successful. Happy with that. Now I've got to do a rock dance to get back, and then I've got a long walk over the other side of the beach, all the way over there. Let me show you. So I'm currently next to these rock caves, and then I'm going to go over the other side, all the way that side, to take an image of that arch. If I get time, I'm going to try and go up onto that, French ones, it's up to the top of the cliff where the church is, and see if I can get a big panoramic from the top there. So, usual Normandy weather, pretty unpredictable. Just walking back from over there, got caught in the shower, all my kit's got wet, filters wet, so let's take it. Now just taking shelter in a cave, so hopefully it'll pass. Yeah, don't like having to dry my filters when I'm out in the field. Not easy to do. So I was heading out to the arch, but actually these cliffs are pretty interesting, and I decided to take an image just here. just with a simple polariser. Now driving the polariser. Because there's some really interesting contours and textures, and you've got a difference in colour as well. So I'm going to try a colour image first. I've got it in portrait orientation, and I'm also going to overexpose by about 1 stop to then do a black and white conversion. So really shooting high key and then converting that in post in Lightroom later on. So I was walking down the beach and I just saw the image I was talking about before, and there's a lot of shapes and textures up here, so I just climbed up. It wasn't easy to do, and now we've got sunlight coming through, and I've got a bit of a waiting game. My composition is actually in landscape mode. And the waiting game is between those two gaps. I'm just waiting for the people to move. I've just got a simple polariser on, no soft grad. It's now getting blue sky and some definition in the clouds, so I don't really need to worry about that. The polariser will just bring the blue out in the sky. And yeah, I really like this foreground interest on this cliff. So I'm going to try landscape first. I might try and flip it into portrait. I've got a 24-70 lens on there, which for my GH4, it's the widest lens I can actually use my filter kit on. So I just have to pull back slightly just to make sure that I get the composition how I want it. But yeah, I'm happy that I climbed up here. It's like a good photograph. So I've got the longer lens on, and I'm actually using a big stopper because I'd like to smooth the sea out. I know it's middle of the day and the light's quite strong, but I just think it will give a much more softer look to the image with the textures of the cliff, and it's coming out quite well. But I'm still going to go closer. I still want to get closer to that cliff. As I'm looking at it from here, I'm starting to see potential for other images now, especially if I can actually get onto the beach slightly close to the cliff and try to capture the arc of that cliff around to the arch, and try to get some image from that. I think it will be a nice image. So yeah, I think I'm going to give this location up, pop that down, and head that way. So this is the last photo of the day, portrait orientation. I'm going to use the shore break as a lead-in line. I've got my filters set up, soft ND grad, polarizer for the reflection, and a little stopper just to create some movement in the shore break. So I'm going to go for maybe a 1 second exposure time. The issue I have is there's a lot of people that have just walked down there, and I need them to come back off the beach, because I want to get as close to the shoreline as possible without getting my feet wet. So it's touch and go whether I'm going to get this last photo. I'm going to give it a try. Fingers crossed. Some of the things sometimes are out of your control. But yeah, hopefully I'll get that image.